Hello guys, welcome back to my channel again. So today I'm going to talk about a warp drive technology. This is really science fiction, but now there's in physics circles a real possibility, that not real but hypothetically real, that this can become actualized one day, maybe sooner than later. So what is warp drive? The warp drive hypothetically is something that we can manipulate space and time, and the laws of motion cannot be obeyed, and then hence we'll have a starship which can move incredibly fast than the speed of light. Since we know that matter, any object that has weight cannot move faster than the speed of light, so some tricks have to be employed. Now here we'll have this starship. Well, how can this be achieved? You have a starship, well, which compresses the space or contracts the space in front and expands behind it, and in between it creates a bubble where the spaceship will float in zero gravity. Sounds interesting. So how fast will this thing go? Maybe 10 times than the speed of light, and the speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second, or 9 trillion kilometers per year. So is it really possible that man can make such a thing? Well, in the realms of possibilities. So we're going to analyze how this compression or contraction takes place. So we know general relativity says that gravity can be manipulated, can be compressed. I mean, gravity, it can be compressed. So here, to create a bubble, for example, we need a lot of mass and negative energy, like exotic matter, behind the expansion behind it requires this zero. Exotic matter, what is zero in that? Minus energy, minus mass. Yeah, what kind of thing is it? I mean, if you say there is 1 kg of anything, then you say the opposite of it, or the minus of it, is minus 1 kg, will be what? What will it be? I mean, this is what we call exotic matter, and there is a lot of it, as it's not really known where there is, but there are speculations that dark matter could be exotic matter. So if you take a large mass, yeah, and then bring in electrons and anti-electrons close to it, one will be attracted and one may be not, and this can cause imbalances which will result to negative energy. Sounds interesting. So if suppose man was to achieve this breakthrough, big technological breakthrough, then places or distant places like Alpha Centauri, which is 2.5 light years away, about 40 billion kilometers, 40 billion, 2.5 trillion miles away, I think, will be reachable. So I've listed a few points about how we can achieve this, and I've itemized them below here. For example, in the Casimir effect, we have how can this negativity be achieved. So we have two flat plates placed very close together, and this will restrict the wavelength of quanta which can exist between them. In turn, it will restrict the types and hence the number and density of virtual particles pairs which can form in the intervening vacuum, and can return the negative energy density. So this negative energy density is really something that is it really possible? Now suppose let's take an analogy. If, for example, you are playing basketball and you're throwing a ball up, now instead of that ball going up, it comes against your face. Or even say you're playing football, you kick the ball, it goes a distance and stops. Then when trying to kick it again, it comes against your foot. That's what negative energy is. It creates a negative gravitational field, just opposite of what matter creates, which is positive gravitational field. It's not really anti-gravity. What is negative gravitational? It means that it's gonna eject or push things away. Like gravity will attract, something that's opposite to gravity is going to repel everything away. Sounds like a white dwarf. Yeah. So yeah, I have several things that I've listed down the points in my research. And the warp effect uses gravitational effect to compress the space in front of a spacecraft and expand it behind it. Yeah, that's what I said about the power ball. The bit of space within the warp bubble is flat, so that the spacecraft will float at zero gravity along the wave of compressed and expanded space-time. So this now here we're having a situation where the spaceship or starship isn't moving at all. Only the space itself is moving, because now from the research that has been carried out, it shows that Big Bang took place 13 billion years ago. So that's the length we expect. But now the studies reveal that it's actually 3 or 4 times longer than that. What does that suggest? It suggests that space is expanding faster than light, because it's redshift that is seen when it's observed. So redshift means longer wavelength. Anything with redshift means something that is traveling more than the speed of light. So how Al-Kubira, the discoverer of this warp drive, will use this, who says that you can use this negative energy to manipulate space, to create space bubble. But for a warp drive to generate enough negative energy, you will need a lot of matter. So Al-Kubira estimated that a warp drive with 100 meters bubble will require the mass of entire visible universe. So is that really possible? This is really fiction. How will you harness this energy of entire universe? So subsequent studies have shown that this kind of thing can be worked down to some acceptable limits, but still it's science fiction. So use negative energy to create a bubble, space warp bubble, using a small amount of energy. So these are some of the points I listed to show that this bubble can really work. So in a configurable energy density field lower than that of a vacuum can enable, by assumption, to expand space behind a warp drive bubble. So how is that? How it sounds? Is it really attainable? Anyway, it's good sometimes to have this science fiction, but science fiction can become reality one day. Who knows? Maybe in 2063. So I was talking about Proxima Centauri, which is actually it's not 2, it's 4.25 light years away, or about 25 trillion miles, which is 40 billion kilometers away. The fastest spacecraft which man has made so far is moving at 450,000 miles per hour. So it will take the fastest solar probe about 6,633 years to reach Earth's nearest neighbor solar system. That's incredibly a long time by standards of the Earth years, 6,633 years to reach there. So incredible fast speed is found in the books of fiction, but it's good to dream, because dreams do become realities. So who knows, one day this can be possible. So yeah, that's about all. I listed some points to support these ideas, like negative energy drive require negative mass, also called exotic mass. So subsequent studies have improved on energy requirement for warp drive starship. Now, subliminal speeds is possible if warp field uses exotic matter. Exotic matter is the one I told you, it's negative matter. Does it have any mass? Beyond 0.0, what is it? Something that goes opposite to the known mass, like what is mass actually? It has atomic atoms, subatomics, quarks, gluons, mesons, and antiquarks and quarks, positrons, all this stuff, that is contained in matter. What is the opposite of that? The antimatter. Not antimatter, because antimatter is still positive in the energy density state. What is it? So it's quite difficult to say. But subliminal speed is possible if we use exotic matter. Negative mass is possible in the field known as quantum field theory. So quantum field theory, which is mechanical plus gravitational mixed together plus others. So yeah, man. So this thing of warp drive is quite fascinating. It's interesting also at the same time. So we said that you can compress mass, the ship moving also the space-time inside this warp drive. So I've told you all that. And then the ship will be incredibly large, but it has to be redesigned. For example, it shouldn't be spherical, it should be like dog nut type. How is it one day for you to wake up on Earth and in the next few minutes, not even minutes, seconds, you are in Alpha Centauri habitable zone B. Then from there, you are moving into interstellar. You are in the Keplers. These are the exoplanets which are habitable, supposedly, and there could be more in the universe. That's why we are talking about the observable universe, not the one that you can't observe, because the universe is quite large. Yeah. So guys, I'm trying to see whether there's anything that I've left to tell you, because I've listed the points and they're quite interesting. I didn't this Al-Kubira original field theory. It's quite interesting thing. Yeah. It's science fiction, but a very interesting science fiction. So guys, I think that's all I have to tell you about warp drive. And warp drive is can enable to manipulate space and time. In summary, it creates a kind of bubble in which the noble laws of motion are not obeyed, do not work. So the spaceship will be able to significantly exceed the speed of light. Well, whether this is achievable in our lifetime or in the future generations leaves a lot to be desired, but it's something that will be interesting if you can really have interstellar travels, intergalactics. Yeah. Star Trek. Okay guys, it's nice science fiction, or it's real. People are working on it. It has attracted a lot of attention from the NASA propulsions. They are trying to entertain the idea that this thing can actually work. Now the big problem is how to create the negative mass and negative energy, because energy is actually mass. How to create this. So thanks for watching, and guys, leave some comments and some ideas how these things whether real or not. I also like to read your thoughts, your comments. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again. See you in the next episode. Share, subscribe. Yeah, let's keep the ball rolling, man. Thanks for now. Bye.